Good morning, Collective and Soul Tribe. Happy Tuesday. Today is January 6th. Unfortunately, I have been compromised with a flu. Right now, I don't know how, or I don't know, but I did catch a little sinus infection. I'm not like sick with like coughing and body aches and things like that and shivering, but I know for sure that, especially with my allergies, I know that I have a sinus infection. And so I've been trying to, battle it out literally for like the last couple of days, maybe since Saturday. So bear with me, guys. If you guys see me pausing the video a lot, just know that I'm either trying to blow my nose, drink my tea, clear my sinuses before I, either sound disgusting over the video or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I don't need you guys to hear or see me being sick right now. But anyways, guys, let's get started. I do apologize if I do sound a little congested. I mean, I can't really tell the difference because it's my own voice. But anyways, let's get started. So happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a really good day so far. The time right now is 9:11 a.m. So I will be doing some readings this morning, and then I will post them for you guys so that you guys can get it later today. All right. So I will be using tarot and oracle messages for this reading. So please take what resonates with you at this time, guys. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for January 6th? What does the collective need to know for January 6th, please? What clarity and understanding can you give the collective at this time for January 6th? What do they need to know for January 6th, Spirit? So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Okay, I'll take these. I wasn't going to, but actually, no, I won't. Because I don't like how those flew out like that. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time? Thank you. Okay, I'll take these. All right, guys, so 3 cards here, okay? The Tower, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Wands, okay? Now, for some of you guys that know, Page of Wands, talks about someone who's really young, okay? So for some of you guys watching this video, maybe some of you guys are young adults, or you guys are young, starting adulthood, especially when it comes to being more adventurous in, in your life and, what you're doing. So for some of you that resonate with this, the Tower talks about change, okay? There is some type of sudden change when it comes to taking action. Now, some of you may have fire placements in Mars. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but there is this energy of wanting to take action, okay? The fire element might be significant at this time too. So even the moon cycles transitioning at this time, can affect how we move forward, and how we go about certain things, right? Again, with Mars, this is about action and energy. So even the energy itself, that fiery energy, it's all about passion. It's all about dedication. It's all about, moving forward, taking action. It's almost like basically, traveling, okay, having adventure, basically. So the number 16 talks about, spiritual lessons and breaking certain illusions, okay? Now, these illusions that you guys could be breaking is shedding illusions, learning lessons through challenges, having breakthroughs, being someone who awakens and rebuilds, okay? That could be confirmation, even with the 7th house or even 777. Seventh house talks about your close and personal relationships, whether this is a business partnership, whether this is, family, friends, whatever the case may be. Basically, unionships is very significant at this time when it comes to dealing with other people, how you want to be around people. Do these people make you feel good? If they don't make you feel good, what are you doing to change that? Okay. So making that sudden change could be very significant for some of you watching this video. Knight of Cups, like I mentioned, is about, being artistic and also being diplomatic. Okay, so for some of you guys with the Knight of Cups, for some of you, your artistic endeavors are very significant. Now, you have a choice, okay? You have a choice to make. For some of you guys, it's either you're going to go towards this, this energy, or you're not. Now, if you have this inclination that you want to try something new, you want to do something new, but you're not sure how to go about it, follow your instincts, follow your intuition, okay? There is something about with the Knight of Cups, there is a financial opportunity showing up in your energy with Pisces showing up at this time, okay? Now, 12 talks about, spirituality. There is something about maybe past life energy where maybe you felt imprisoned, or there is something about, your subconscious, right? Secrets, dreams, intuitions, like, especially when it comes to hospitals, healing. So some of you guys, when it comes to like Reiki healing, shamanism, Buddhism, things like that, right? You guys could be connected to those kind of things. Now, this is seen and unseen forces. Not everybody is tapped in like that, okay? So for some of you guys, you may be young, okay? You don't have to be young, but when I think of Page of Wands, I think of someone who's younger, in their early 20s to 30s. But like I said, taking adventure, starting something new, starting fresh, right? Some of you guys have a fearlessness about you, and that is what's allowing your creativity for you to explore. Now, some of you guys could have been seeing a lot of 11s, like 1111, 111, for example, or just seeing like just ones in general, okay? Like I had mentioned before, maybe some of you guys may have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your Mars, or this could be Pisces and Mars as well. But again, maybe you guys have fire and water placements that is allowing you to balance your emotions and how you take action, okay? And especially if it's something that you love to do, or if you guys are building something that, is connected to your heart chakra and crown chakra, then it's going to benefit you in the long run, okay? So with the number 11, this is talking about groups, collectives. This could be about social awareness. So technology, social media could be very significant when it comes to like the future. Even when it comes to gifts, right? You guys could be protected at this time, or there is something about protecting what it is that you're building, okay? Even when it comes to social media, the changes in social media, the changes in technology, and the changes that are around us, okay? It's almost like having discernment and opening up our eyes, realizing that everything that is happening around us, it's basically unfolding in front of our eyes. So even if we had that spidey sense that something is changing, something is brewing, okay, we sensed it before it happened. And some of you guys could be, philosophers or people who give advice, or, you guys are somebody who knows certain things. So seers and visionaries, okay? And you could have people around you who don't believe that. And that's okay, okay? But when it comes to financial opportunities, starting something new, being able to step into creativity is very significant at this time. Now, 1111 talks about intuition. Maybe you guys have gone through an awakening, or maybe there is something about divine alignment, okay? So higher self. You guys have tapped into your higher self. When it comes to learning new things, your soul purpose, having pure intentions when you do what it is that you do. So, for example, it's like going to a car dealership, right? There's so many different car dealerships out there, but it's up to you to know if you can trust a specific car dealership person. Okay, everybody can sell a car, right? But who is being honest and who's being truthful? Who is using their good intentions to help instead of trying to tear down? Okay, because some places you go to when you buy a new home, a new car, whatever it is that's new, people try to scam and steal from you, especially if you're someone who's younger. Okay, so having discernment is very significant, especially it doesn't even matter if it's a new home or a new job or whatever the case may be. Just having that discernment is showing up in the energy at now at this point. The high priestess is talking about intuition, like I said. So again, with the number 11, right, like I said, awakenings. Some of you guys are the high priestess. Okay, you can see through the secrets, you can see through, the unconscious, the inner conscience, right? And that is something that you guys are learning to tap more into. Now, when it comes to, angel number 222, like some of you guys could be, seeing that angel number more. Okay, so maybe like 1212, 111, 222. There is something about, partnerships, okay, coming together. And if this is not like a personal sense, like for the collective, I feel like this message is for the collective when it comes to what's happening around us and how we handle it. Now, it's almost like the universe is saying, are we going to come together as a tribe, or are we going to continue to tear each other down? Because let's be real, that's what the plot is. The plot is they want us to tear each other down. Doesn't matter if you're brown, black, like it doesn't matter Asian, it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter who you are. Culture is culture. We are all connected in some way, shape, or form when it comes to our food, our music, okay, how we treat each other, that kind of stuff, okay? So it's almost like if you have someone who's in authority who's always trying to put out this narrative about, let's make something better than what we think it is, even though it's almost like if something's not broke, don't fix it. Okay. And there is situations right now where we all could be going through certain things, where we all could be seeing things unfolding. And we know certain things are not right. We know certain people need to step up and take leadership. Okay. But at the same time, when it comes to us as a collective and a community, they want us to be against each other. They don't want us to share with one another. When I think about it, I think about back home. When you are back home and you don't have any sugar or rice or flour or anything like that, what do? You go to your next door neighbor and you say, hey, can I borrow some sugar? Or can I have some sugar? Do you have any da 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 da? And the person will say, you know what? I have. Don't worry about it. Take it. I already have extra, blah, blah, blah. We used to be like that as a community, and that has died. And it almost feels like every generation is different, but we also have to keep certain traditions, okay? Yes, certain traditions we don't want to do because it's too long or it takes forever. But if you do realize this, if you do not continue doing certain traditions within the family, you lose that. Certain cooking, certain foods, certain drinks, certain religions, certain things that you do, some things can come with you and some things need to stay. Okay, so there is something about the collective coming together. There is something about being together and showing unity, basically. Now, not everybody's going to agree with that because, again, everybody has a selfish mindset at this time right now for some of us, where people are like, I don't care, I don't want to help you, that's not my job. But it is a little bit different when we are all on the same frequency, when we are all on the same vibration, okay? When we are all on the same vibration, then we can come together and help each other. But right now, if we are not on the same vibration, then basically what we're trying to build, it will fail, okay? Because there's no team, okay? So the sun, right? The sun talks about, success, intuition, okay, success. At the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Swords, okay, clarity. So some of you guys are receiving clarity about a situation, okay? Now, this situation may not serve you. It may, who knows, right? But, basically, it's almost saying that we have the freedom to move into happiness and joy, okay? Yes, there are authorities out there that are controlling the narrative. They're trying to control the situation. But at the same time, if we're coming together as a collective, that shouldn't happen. Okay, it shouldn't happen. I mean, it's easier said than done, but I kid you not, it shouldn't happen. Okay, there's certain things that we are seeing, like I said, that should not be happening, and these are signs and omens and synchronicities from the universe as a warning. Okay, especially when it comes to us following our path. The more that we follow our path, the more things start to show up in a positive way, right? The less we stop going towards our path, the more you see corruption, the more you see negativity, the more you see things that we should not be seeing. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have Two of Cups. This is about unity. Like I said, coming together, close bonds, building bonds, connections, things of that matter. Okay, now King of Swords talks about strategy and justice. There is something about justice or receiving justice. There is something about law and order that is very significant, even if it's not police or, judges and courts. There is something about spiritual justice and the universe. Okay, things kind of spinning, the wheel is spinning, as the wheel is spinning and we're seeing it spin, we may not agree with certain things, but we see it. Okay, so King of Swords, right? For some of you guys, when it comes to authority, like I said, you guys are taking the high road. Okay, you guys are taking the high road when it comes to your financial stability. Now, financial stability could be anything. It could be buying less groceries. It could be saving more on what it is that you eat, who you spend your money with, brands, people, places, and things. We are becoming more smart when it comes to how we spend our money, how we use our money, okay, and what is important to us at this time. So that is also part of standing up for what you believe in. And there's little things like that. If it's a job, you see corruption, you stand up for what you believe in. Even on the outside, we all stand up for what we believe in, some way, shape, or form. Okay. So again, when it comes to justice, communication could be very significant. Maybe someone's receiving communication, or there is something about communication, technology, and social media that is very significant at this time. Okay. From what I'm seeing. Now, I feel like justice could be served. Take what resonates with that. But with the number 14, this is talking about foundation shifts, okay? Now, these foundation shifts could work for the better, okay? Now, it could work for the better for those who have been corrupting systems or corrupting platforms, things like that. Allowing those who have truthful foundations, with adaptability to come in. Okay, so this is about conscious change as well. That's showing up in the energy for some of you. Okay, 1 and 4 equals 5. This is about change, new beginnings. Okay, this is about being adaptable. Whether this is in your life, the message still stands. Whether this is in your personal life or what's happening right now, there is change showing up in the energy. Okay, 10 talks about completions as well. So you guys could have been seeing 10-10. Okay, completing out a cycle could be very significant at this moment. Now, this is talking about Mercury and Virgo. For some of you guys, when it comes to grounding yourself in communication, that is very significant for some of you. Okay, so let me see if I can get one card or two when it comes to these messages. Now, for some of you guys could be grounding yourself when it comes to what it is that you're, doing at this time. But gratitude is showing up in the energy at this time, okay? Maybe you guys have been showing a lot more gratitude, feeling more whole within yourself is very significant for some of you guys as well, okay? But showing gratitude could just be saying thank you to the universe, or, just being grateful to, be here another day, okay? For some of you guys, the gratitude could be feeling whole within yourself. Some of you guys have come home to yourself, and this is allowing you to, be able to go into a sacred space, whether this is in your mind, in an actual physical space, or just being able to, meditate and be one within yourself. That is confirmation as well for some of you guys, the way that you guys are changing how you handle certain things. Okay, yeah, Spirit is saying to play more, especially with the sun coming out. Okay, so truth, joy, playfulness, vitality. Okay, create. Some of you guys are needing to create. Okay, create your own opportunities, create your own endeavors, create your own community. For example, like I said, we are coming together together and we're trying to build. So if you're building something new, you have to build a community in order to, you know, show up for them and for yourself. Okay, at the bottom we have transformations. Okay, you guys are going through a transformation at this time. I'm going to see if I can get some Prism Oracle messages as well, just to see what you guys might need to know. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time, please? Thank you. Yeah, we have determination. So you guys are determined at this time. The color yellow is significant. Okay, we have here energy at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so you are determined at this time, especially with the energy. Even though it may not look like it, it may feel like it. Okay, like I said, with, you know, change showing up in the energy, like I said, the wheel is turning. So the Wheel of Fortune could be very significant for somebody as well watching this video. Obviously take what resonates with that, but that could be confirmation. Okay, so no wanted to show up. Okay, so you could be saying no to something, or you could be protecting yourself. Okay, even right now you guys could have been asking for a sign. Okay, and Spirit could be saying no to you. Now, this doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means not right now. So for some of you guys, stillness is very significant. Pausing is very significant, especially right now. We are in the winter solstice. So even just being in stillness and introspection is, you know, right now is showing up in the energy at this time. But for some of you guys, this is about creating your own opportunities, creating your own business, creating your own lifestyle, right? Not allowing someone else to create those opportunities for you. So basically creating your own story is very significant for the collective at this time. So for some of you guys, communicating clearly is showing up in the energy. Maybe some of you guys could be communicating clearly. Okay, now for some of you guys, when it comes to what you're creating, some of you guys could be wanting to communicate clearly in what it is that you're trying to do or convey. Okay, now this is about you being determined. For some of you guys, when it comes to how you communicate, some of you guys are very good at communicating your wants and needs very clearly. And that could be something that triggers a lot of people in your energy, because you know when to say no. Okay, you know when to tell somebody no. Okay, telling somebody no is not a problem for you, and that's maybe something new to you when it comes to having boundaries. Okay, so you guys could be telling somebody no, or this could be no for confirmation about a situation. Yeah, Spirit is saying there's something better. Okay, so that is why the no showed up as well. You could be saying no to a situation, or Spirit is saying no to a situation because there is something better. And for some of you guys, this is about you communicating clearly, especially when it comes down to your wants and needs. Okay, so the High Priestess is about inner unconscious voice. So you have to listen to your inner voice, okay, to move forward. Here we have look for a sign at the bottom. So Spirit, thank you. So yeah, alignment, okay? There's something about alignment, you being in alignment. So like I said, for some of you guys that felt like maybe, you know, things are not showing up in the energy right now, that's because we're at a standstill. We're in a pausing, you know, moment or energy at this time. We're basically hibernating so that we're preparing ourselves for what's to come in the springtime. Okay, whether this is new opportunities, new beginnings, you know, just everything being new and fresh, right? So alignment is very significant. Angel number 222. Now this is about alignment within yourself. Partnerships within the universe is very significant as well. And also being in alignment. So being a team player when it comes to teamwork is very significant. Intuitive communication and balance also is showing up in the energy. We have twin flame energy as well, another 2222 number. So again, 2222 is very significant at this time. Some of you guys, this could be a, you know, twin flame connection, or for some of you guys, twin flames may resonate for you, okay? It may not resonate for everybody, but there is something about twin flame energy or connections that might resonate for you. And for some of you guys, that's why you guys are in this playful energy, because you're whole within yourself. For some of you guys, twin flames, for I don't know why, but I feel like for twin flames, you know, it may not just be a specific person, okay? Twin flames could be yourself, okay? You could be your own twin flame, okay? As much as people may not agree with that, I personally feel like everyone can be their own twin flame, meaning that you're able to balance out your masculine and feminine energy and be okay within yourself, whole within yourself, being able to be soft when the time is right and being able to be assertive and direct when the time is right. Okay, so obviously take what resonates with that. Spirit, give me one more card before I close out this reading, please. Thank you. Yeah, so confirmation, change, okay? And at the bottom of the deck, we have reward. Okay, so some of you guys, when it comes to the changes that are going on, okay, or happening around us, it's not happening, you know, to us, it's happening for us, okay? And because of this energy, you know, it's like you guys are being rewarded for, you know, the inspiration that you have, okay? You're being protected in this new beginning, okay? Now, I'm just pulling out the cards from how I see it. You know, your authenticity could be very significant, and you guys are making achievements, right? You guys are achieving new goals, new things because of your authenticity. Okay, you being who you are, being real, you know, being yourself is very significant. You're not putting on, you know, a facade. You're not putting on a show for anybody. Basically, people see what they get. Okay, so if you call somebody out, you know, that's just who you are, okay? Not saying that you're being disrespectful, but you're just being your authentic self. So like I said, new beginnings are very significant at this time, okay? Your new beginnings are being protected. You guys are, you know, showing up as either being inspired or inspiring other people, you know, to change, okay? Not change just for the better, but change in a sense where, you know, getting out of the matrix. You don't have to work a 9 to 5 and be a robot, okay? It's okay to do your 9 to 5 and have a side hobby or a job or something that you love to do, okay? And especially if you love doing that, it's okay to make that a job. Okay, some people don't like making their hobbies and interests into a job because it becomes stressful, and that's also understandable too. But when you love what it is that you love to do, you know, it doesn't become a job anymore, it just becomes something natural, okay? But I'm going to end it here, guys. I'm going to see if I can drink some tea and, you know, clear my throat. But again, thank you for watching up until this point of the video. Thank you for the love and the support that you guys, you know, have been sharing and giving to me. I appreciate that, as always. And I will see you guys in my other video. All right, guys, love you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.